Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I? Why is this library? Hold on, silent. Oh no, that's weird. I said start soon. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Xbox International Podcast. Oh man, we're on flight 138,000, just like the PS5 Pro's GPU, baby. That's what we're on. Haha. Nah, I'm just kidding. Why does it say that I'm offline and boom? I don't know. This thing, again, everything's messed up with today here on this thing. Oh, Lord. But either way, Silent Cypher Captain, how are you doing and what have you been playing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing okay, Louis. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's been
Oh,
one heck of
Lord.
a week, but I have gotten some time to play some Call of Duty. I have prestiged, and I think I'm right around level 40-ish, 45 on my second run. So hopefully, here in the next week or so, I'll be able to prestige a second time. We'll see how that goes. Um, been playing been playing some more Balatro. Kind of been playing that all over the place. Been playing it on my cell phone, been playing it on Xbox, just kind of wherever I've been, whenever I've had the opportunity. Um, I think that's about it. I think that's about all I've played recently,
Really?
sadly.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Well,
Um,
at least it's something.
Yeah, it it feels like we just did the last show that we sat here together on, and so like I feel like I haven't really even had that much time to play video games. But it's good. It's good. It's good to be back with you. Interesting conversations on social media this week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation. But what have you been playing,
Oh,
Louis?
man, Silent Cypher. I'll tell you what I've been playing. I've been playing Metal Gear. That's what I've been playing. I've been playing some Metal Gear, just getting through it because I gotta get ready for Stalker 2, baby. We gotta get ready for that Stalker 2, which is next Wednesday, baby. Stalker 2, man. Lots of things gonna happen. Lots of things gonna go down that day. I mean, damn, I can't wait to play that. I can't wait to play that. But yes, I played some Metal Gear and Call of Duty with the guys. It's insane. The later you play, the worse it gets. I mean, damn. It's like you can't shoot anyone after like is it 11 p.m. or something? It's like everybody's on there just shooting everything. It just goes crazy. Grenades, everything, just everything goes nuts. It just goes nuts. But yeah, been playing some Call of Duty, with you. Oh, here you go. There goes MJ Dark. Louis, you will quit Stalker 2. You suck at games. Thank you, MJ Dark, for that beautiful compliment right there. Yes. Thank you so much.
You know what? You know what? I
Yeah.
do have to give Louis a little bit of credit. That he can do a pretty decent job on Call of Duty sometimes.
Ah.
He's not the best. He's not the king like he
Nah.
claims to be, but he does okay. He can
Nah.
hold his own. He can hold his own.
Nah. Nah.
You
Look
could
at
do a lot worse when it comes to a teammate. I feel like the last couple times I've been playing with my brother, he's not been doing so well, but Louis doing
hmm.
okay.
Oh,
So
I'm doing okay. Okay, okay.
yeah,
But yeah.
and actually, shout out to God. We had a handful of folks that we ended up playing with, but I got to play a little bit with Korkenstein this weekend also.
Oh,
So
Korkenstein.
shout
Yeah.
out to him. It was good. It was
That was
it was
good.
good to actually play some games together. We've been doing podcasting for months, but we've never actually broke bread and played a game. So that was cool.
That was yeah, because I jumped in there and joined you guys. Yes, we had a lot of fun that night. Woo-wee.
Yeah. What
So,
was what was his name again? How'd you
no,
say it?
no, no, it's okay. We don't have to go there.
We don't.
We don't have to go
You
there.
sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Because
All right.
I read it wrong. Sorry. You know how I am. I read fast. So sometimes I just go.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it does happen. It
Okay.
does.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Conker's theme, was it?
No. No. Let's keep going.
Anyways, so let's go real quick through the flight itinerary because we have a lot of reading to do in the final part of the show, which is going to be the film interview, which is going to be long. So, real quick, let's start off with the PS5 price cut. Is it a price cut or is it not? It's interesting. Deep dive. Yes, this has been a deep dive week of games. We have Ark. We have talk about a little bit of indie and also South of Midnight. And like I said, last but not least, we have the Phil interview, which again on Twitter X and everywhere, everyone is dooming and glooming. Captain, are you ready, sir? Captain, there you go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Louis has turned on that subscribe button. Please stow your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath your seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt, and also make sure that you've hit that like button as we take off. We gently remind you that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, hawking a completely unnecessary console on your fans for $700 plus, and it doesn't even deliver the 45% improvement that it was sold to offer, is strictly prohibited. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists, and please quit carrying the bag for a company that is on its way down. We're talking about you, Sony.
That was pretty fun stuff. Oh man, real quick, let me shout out this amazing chat. We got 7 people here on the show, baby. Let's go. We have Jonas, the dad. What's up, Jonas? Dad, how you doing? The man from Oregon, Adidas 20. Hello, hello, hello. Jay Reezy, what's up? What's up? What's up? Sourblow, Sourblow, Sourblow. What's up, Sourblow? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. What's up, man? What? I hope Sourblow can jump up here next week because if not, I'm gonna be here all alone. No. Oh man, 5K! What's up, 5K? How you doing? Go go po! Hello, hello, hello. Let me see who else is in here. I think that's about it. Did I say hi to MJ Dark? What's up, MJ Dark? How you doing? Besides what you said to me that I suck at games, but it's okay. No problem, man. No problem. Oh man, Silent Cypher, we got a lot of cool things to talk about, and let's begin. Let's begin with topic number one. This is an interesting topic because you know what? I'm just laughing my butt off when I saw this yesterday all over social media. PlayStation 5 price cut. Is it really a price cut? So the PlayStation has cut its price down, as far as I know, the digital only to 380 till December 24th and 20, till December 24th, 2025. I mean 25, no 24. Oops, I did a typo there. I pretty much put it for a year. The thing is, it really a price cut though, Silent, because on release date the price was 400, so that means it only got a $20 discount pretty much. I mean, I'm trying to understand where is the discount with this? Where is the damn discount? So my question is, Silent, do you think this was kind of a scummy move? Increase the price from 400 to 450, and then from the 450 get a $70 discount close to the original price it released.
Okay, so here's the thing. Sony is not the first off to this behavior. There's a lot of companies that do this. You look at someone. I'll throw a name out there right now. Amazon likes to do it. You have these Amazon deal days that come up, right?
Yep.
And so what they'll do is they'll artificially increase and inflate the price point, and then once that day comes up, they will discount it to get it closer to that price point, if not maybe a little bit better of a deal. That way, it looks better to you as a consumer. Now, there are awesome options and stuff you can use. I think there's even an app or two for this as well, where you can go in the detail, or you can go in the details for it. You can put in the product you're looking for. And what it'll do is it'll actually give you a breakdown of like a 30-day period. I
Uh
think you
oh.
can even filter it so it does other ones, and you can see different amounts and you can see what the price drop is. So that way, like, you can see if it's actually a good deal or if it's just them pulling nonsense. Um, so something like this where Sony did it, I think someone was not meant to put this information out there, and it happened. And so they tried to retract it and just ignore it, pretend like it wasn't a thing, and then come back in with like, hey, what a savings. What a savings we're giving you guys. Disregard the fact we don't have any roadmap, but what a savings. What a savings you can buy this hardware for. I had some stupid goon on Twitter attacking me. I think it was like yesterday or the day before.
Oh.
That was he was blasting me. He's like, this is a non-factor, blah blah blah. You're throwing a fit about the fact that it's a discount and blah blah blah. And it is a good deal because even if they don't have games coming out right now, they've got all those backlog games. Hey guys, do you remember? And this is let's go back in history because this person was clueless and couldn't remember history. But let's go back in history for a second. Let me jog your memory. Remember a few years ago when Microsoft continued to step on the rake over and over again and couldn't release a product, and we had those type of roadmaps from Microsoft?
Uh oh.
Yeah, it sucked, didn't it? It was a garbage pile, and Microsoft should have done better. But it is what it is. That's what happens. Now, Sony's in the same boat, and just like clockwork, Pony's going to do what a pony's going to do. We had ponies out there trying to defend it and make it seem like it was a good thing. It's okay. That value you're getting, it's fine. It's fine because you've got that massive backlog of games that you've never played. It's like, dude, there's like 100 and how many million copies of these Sony consoles out there recently? I guarantee you they've played most of those games. Why? Because Sony has released about 7 to 8 games in the last, what, decade, 2 decades? Because they keep releasing the same game over and over and over and over again.
Oh.
Remaster, remake, all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it blows my mind. Like, yes, this would be a good deal. Disregard their mess up with the pricing. Whatever happened there, who knows? From what I can tell, it seems like they accidentally released info they shouldn't have. But Either way, like, yeah, this price point would be great if the console had a roadmap. Console does not have a roadmap right now. Okay, yeah, you've got Wolverine coming. That's cool. Guess what? It's on PC already.
You
So
you want to know
you
something
wait
funny,
for
Simon?
2 years for that? Okay, cool.
You want to know something funny, Simon?
Sure.
Lego Horizon, which finally released, did not get a pisser enhancement. Or PlayStation Pro enhancement. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait,
That
wait.
did this just happen?
Yes, it's out there. I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So wait,
Mhm.
this Sony game that comes out is not getting a PS5 Pro enhancement on launch.
Shit. I mean, I guess it just rocks to be one of those Sony shills at the moment. And,
Mm,
and let's call it a buck. Let's be honest about it. Microsoft has had plenty of times where they've stepped on the rake too. There
mm,
was a good majority of the last decade that they've stepped on the rake on a regular basis, and they continue to do it.
yep.
Whenever something good happens, they screw it up somehow.
Yep.
It's what Microsoft does. I'm pretty sure it's part of their playbook at this point, where for each good thing that they do, they have to throw something out there bad to balance it out so people don't
Mhm.
like them. And it's a weird thing. But when Sony does it, people completely disregard
They
what's happening. They act
defended.
like it's not even happening.
They defended. They called the Mega
Yeah.
Sword. Dee, doo,
Yeah.
doo, dee, dee, dee. That's what
Oh,
they do.
jeez.
They call the Mega Sword. Come over here, defend us, because that's what they do. Media
It's
protects them. Fanboys
it's
protect them.
just
It's like,
it's funny to watch because again, over and over again, and you have folks like what's his bucket, freaking Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the Rings, posting stuff on social media. What's the name of that dude again? Goofy looking dude. Yeah, he's out there and he's already trying to throw damage control out there like a day or two ago at Xbox. He's like, oh, well, those sales and blah blah blah. Oh, they're affected by Game Pass because Game Pass is bad. And like going back to narratives where it's like, dude,
oh, you're talking
we've already
about
had these
you're
conversations.
talking about you're talking about the Dream dude.
Dring, yes,
Yes.
Christopher Dring, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That goofy looking mix between Bilbo Baggins and Gollum. I don't know
Oh,
what's going on there, but
that's a good.
I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm not an amazing looking dude, but man, I feel real bad for him. Poor guy. Poor guy.
Yeah, he's always coming up with something all the time. Always trying to throw some shamble to Microsoft. I don't understand why.
Always.
I-
Well, it's because the only thing that the guy lives and breathes for and actually stays online for is engagement. It's
oh,
the
yeah.
only reason he's there.
All right.
He obviously doesn't have anything more important to do, and granted, it's part of his job, sure.
Mm,
But I
interesting.
feel like I feel like at this point, all he's playing is Twitter. He's not playing video games, so that's kind of a waste of a life. Like, why not go do something cool? I don't know.
Exactly, exactly. Well, for me, like I said, I found it like a. It was just a that price increase, and then all of a sudden, yeah, let's decrease the price. Let's give the people this console for 380. Yeah, it's cool. Like people are literally going to forget that console initial price release was $400. I mean, that's hilarious. Like a $20 discount. I was like, yeah, I would have put it to 350. Would have said that's even better. But of course, Sony being Sony, people always gotta celebrate. Put them chili and pom-poms, and do the high kicks and everything they do, because that's what they do for Sony
Louis,
all the time.
Louis, here's I guess the thing that kind of gets me with it
Okay.
is you've just released this PS5 Pro,
Yep.
right? So the whole idea is that you're going to drop the old system so you can get that share, get that inventory off of shelves. Wouldn't you want to have a lower price? Like it seems like dropping $20. Like that's PS2 arrogance of Sony, where like PS2 would be $200, and then they drop it down to like 179 for the holiday deal. But back then, they could do that because they had so many games. They were still
Yeah.
selling so many systems. It worked. $20 nowadays? Jesus, dude, you could go down to Wendy's and grab yourself a large combo meal of some sort, and you've already spent the savings that Sony just graciously gave you.
Yep.
Like,
And,
kick bricks. That's not a deal.
and the
Like,
funny thing,
I don't.
the funny thing is too with that Silent is that they also besides that what was that, oh man, they because like I was saying, the funny thing is though this price decrease, they're still not giving you that stand. They're still charging $30 for that damn stand. When the original one, when it came out, you just paid for the console that had the stand in it. That's insane.
That whole stand situation's a damn joke. I,
It is.
I PlayStation. Okay, let's go back to history because clearly Sony is also forgetting history. PlayStation 2, the PS2 Slim actually had, like, there were certain ones where they bundled in a stand with the system. Now granted, there were times where they sold it separately and they leaned more into that over time. But dude, if you're going to make a console that's designed to be vertical, put a stand in the box. Like, stop being so damn cheap. Like, I you're not offering any of the savings to your customers already as it is. So why not give them the 2 cent thing of plastic that you're going to try and charge $30 for? Like, come on. Like, it's callous to the fans that are out there that are still supporting your ass. And it blows my mind that they continue with this arrogance.
Mm-hmm. It does mine too. It does mine too all the time because I seriously don't understand why. But okay, keep defending it. Keep defending it. What can we do, son? We just got to keep on going forward. So Sourblow sent me a message and he wants me to read it real quick. He says, "Hey, XBI crew and supporters, I hope this message finds you all well. I wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for your incredible support and dedication. I miss you all a lot and have been quite busy lately, but I promise I'll be back full time soon. Next week, I'll be there one way or another, and I have some big announcements that I am excited to share with you. If you're interested in creating gaming content, game journalism, gaming development, or anything related, you definitely won't want to miss it. The messenger is a fool. Thank you, Sourblow. He will read this and be lost. No, I did not read this and get lost. Thank you again for your unwavering support. I can't wait to catch up with all of you." Yep, that was a message from Sourblow to you guys. Yep, there we go. Did I read it correctly? Did I do a good job? Yay! Louis did. Oh man, let's see what the Sourblow has to say. Let's see. Send a beautiful and an awesome $2 super chat. It says, "Louis, read the message I sent you." I just did, bro. But thank you for the $2 super chat. You rock, man. You rock.
Yeah, so it sounds like Sourblow in his absence has maybe
Hmm.
put some stuff together. So
Hmm.
we'll have to see what that is, but
Yep.
you, dear listeners, are going to have to tune in and see what he has to say about this specifically because we have been sworn to secrecy and we are not allowed to tell you what's going
Yes. Yes. We signed an RDA.
on. An RDA?
Is it an RDA?
Nope.
What is it?
What is it that you're referring to? Is it a
RDA?
non-disclosure agreement?
Non is I don't know. I always thought it was an RDA.
So,
Was it? Is it RDA?
are you talking about RDNA or are you talking about NDA?
Oh, I don't know this.
Because RDNA is a little bit of a different thing than an
Oh.
NDA, sir.
Oh,
Um,
an
if
NDA. That's the one. Sorry about
if we
that.
were
Sorry, Jack.
signing some RDNA, I'd be pretty stoked. Like,
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
No, NDAs,
NDA. Okay.
non-disclosure agreement.
I was like RDA. Oh, dear Lord. All the time something has to get me. So, anyways, silent, silent, silent. I got a fun rumor to talk about. And you're going to love this rumor because we talked a little bit about it last week. You said, no, 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 no. So I said, why did this happen? So it's getting pretty close to happening. So the rumor is major Xbox franchises could be crossing over with Call of Duty. New rumors suggest that the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is gearing up to collaborate with some Xbox biggest franchises, including Doom, Gears of War, and Halo. Although these rumors have yet to be confirmed by Activision, the Call of Duty Black Ops exposure is now owned by Xbox parent company. Microsoft, meaning the aforementioned collaborations are increasingly likely.
When did I say no to this?
Well, you said no because I wanted Crash, not Crash Bandicoot Kazooie on Call of Duty, with the
Oh
bird.
yeah,
One
no.
more
No,
with the bow
no.
and arrow,
That nonsense can stay right in the curb.
Well, I mean, they're saying that Banjo's
No,
coming, an
no,
evil
no, no,
Banjo.
no, 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 no.
Yes, 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 evil Banjo.
They're talking about good characters, not that
Wait,
garbage.
what do you mean? Well, we need an evil Banjo though. An evil Banjo
No,
can
no one
reform
needs an evil banjo.
Banjo Kazooie.
No,
It needs
no,
to be changed. Banjo Kazooie needs to be redefined. Needs to be evil, like an
no.
evil Sonic. Don't you remember the evil Sonic games? Like everything gets better and everything.
It's
I don't.
evil in the fact that it exists.
Oh, that's true. That's even the fact that it exists. Yes, but anyways,
And
I,
why is it evil? Like why is it the darkened version? Is it because it's been in the dumpster too long and it's gotten rotten or something? Like
I don't
why
know.
is it
I don't know. They just wanted to make like Sonic like an evil guy that he goes everywhere,
no,
just rips bad guys'
they'll
heads.
put in
Like,
characters that they can actually sell in the storefront. And
well,
that's
but
not one that they're gonna
why,
sell
why,
to
why,
more than
why
like three
wouldn't?
people.
But why wouldn't an evil banjo sell though? I mean, I think an evil banjo will sell.
Because Louis, if you had let's paint the picture. If you had the Doom guy,
Yep.
you had Master Chief,
Hmm.
and you had Marcus Phoenix or whoever from
Yep.
Gears of War right there in the store, and they were charging you 20 to 25 bucks. Let's say that because it's usually the going range for these things.
Hmm.
Um, but then you saw Banjo Kazooie, you would not buy the Banjo Kazooie. You would buy the other ones. And you can't lie to me about this because I know you better than this. And you would not buy the bird beak garbage
Hmm.
over one of those other characters.
I mean, if it has the cool,
No, you won't.
hot shots bow and arrow thing, like it's the like and just shoot it, I would definitely get it just to do
Nope.
instant kills with the.
It's not going to have that.
Ah, you're breaking my heart, man. We need stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, Silent. But what other characters would you like to see besides someone from Killer Instinct? Would you like to see hop on? We can actually get Lucky in there and be evil Lucky. Yeah, and he'd be hitting you with his tail or something. I don't know, whatever.
Why do you keep bringing up these fuzzy characters? If we're going to put a fuzzy character into a game, I
Yeah,
want Conquer.
you
Give me
want
Conquer.
Conquer? You want
That's
Conquer?
what I would be interested in because I grew up and that character is more grown up and geared towards grown-ups.
Ah, oh. So, chat.
But
What characters would you like to see? I want to hear. I want to see chat's opinion about this one because, like I said, I wanted my evil banjo. Silent said no. Now he wants to conquer, which conquer would be the perfect character to put on there too. Yeah, that's true. A Spyro, nah, Spyro just all he does is throw fireballs or something. So,
Louis,
whatever.
I I know that they don't own the rights to it, but you know a character that I feel like should really be in this,
Which
and
one?
it's kind of a tragedy that it's not.
Which one?
Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he gets a
Could you
Hail GP,
imagine?
baby.
Could you imagine those one-liners
Hail
playing as
GP,
that
baby.
character? Because when they do these, they've been known to add quite a bit of content and detail to it, right? Like when you had Ash William from Evil Dead,
Yeah,
Ash had a whole bunch of different lines,
yes he did.
right? So imagine like Duke running around all over the place, be like, "I've had it with this shit," and be like, "It's time to make those what? Time to make those aliens pay." Like, you could have so many entertaining things in there, and then you could also because have you noticed that the characters get more punchy now when we're playing the game? Like, if you accidentally team kill or if you're losing, they start busting your chops. The
Hmm.
characters do.
They
Yeah.
do.
Now you got to put on the audio so you can hear both sides of it because the characters will start giving you grief if you're losing. So if
Well,
your
you
team
smart
is sucking or if you accidentally team kill or something like that, they will start tearing you a new one for it. It's pretty funny. So I see a character like that, more of an adult-oriented character working for that. Um, because there's plenty of lines that you could put in there to make it work. And the whole idea for these characters is like you got to make it feel like it's worth that 20 to 25 bucks. It's higher than what you usually pay for a character on something like Fortnite. And the reason is because they usually put more resource in to make that character more unique for this game. So I could see something like that working really well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Duke Nukem. We can get
Who's the character you would like to have
oh,
if you had any option?
besides Doom guy.
Tell you what, so let's do this. I want to hear an option that you would give me that's within their portfolio of games, game systems,
Oh, so
studios and stuff, but then also one outside of their studios.
oh, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Who should we get? Who should we get in the Xbox side of things? Sure. Oh, you know, be a cool character, the lady from what's this game called? The one that's like she not Hellblade. It's the other one. She does. It's like the linear game, and I forgot the name of that game. It released like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And she's in that game. That would be a pretty fun character to hop in there.
Mirror's Edge.
Nah, not Mirror's Edge is another one. I forgot the name of that game. Oh, it's in my head.
What type of game was it?
It was like a linear game, but you had to like climb stuff. I don't remember the
Tomb
combat.
Raider.
Oh, she's from Idols now. That would be another amazing character. But what's the name of that game? Let me go look for it. Hold on. Let me go look for it. And outside the portfolio, they should get. Why not? Why the hell not? They should get Crazy Lou Gaming on there.
Oh,
That's what they
Jesus.
should get. Crazy Lou Gaming on there to be in that
Oh,
game.
Jesus.
I mean, chat. If I was for sale, would you guys buy me? Oh, that sounded so bad. Never mind.
Hey,
Pause.
Brittany,
Oh,
if Louis were for sale,
is
would
Brittany
you
in here?
buy him?
Is
Oh,
Brittany in
yes.
here? No, she's
Yes,
not.
because in her impeccable timing, she is here as soon as this is said.
Oh, Lord.
So, Brittany, if Crazy Louis were on the auction block, would you buy one said Crazy Louis?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
And what would you do with said Crazy Louis, just for bonus points?
Uh-oh. What would you do?
Uh-oh.
Why you gotta ask her that
Uh-oh.
question?
Actually,
Oh,
no,
man.
you know what? I want I want three answers. Three
You
answers.
want three answers?
One, would you buy him if he were on the auction block? Two, what type of game would you like to see him in if that were the option? And three, how much would you pay?
How much would you pay? She said, it's like, I'll pay 1 million. Oh, dear Lord. Here we go. See, son, look what you did, son. Look what you did.
Oh, I know.
Look what you did. Now
No.
let's talk about Little Louis on the way, son. You had to get that conversation going, right? You had to get that conversation going with Britney Spears.
While you struggle with this, I'm going to post that we're live. Good luck with that.
Oh, the game is called Recore. I don't know if you played it. I think it's
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah, that would be a fun
Okay.
character to hop
Yeah.
in. I mean, it gets her a little bit
I mean,
jump into the game.
still not an adult character that anyone would really care about.
Really?
The game barely even sold.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, you can get who else from the Xbox? I mean, I I don't have anything else in my head I can say though because I already named all the fluffy characters. You said no to fluffy, so I'm kind of depressed there because man, I wanted my fluffy characters. Oh man, Sourblow
Why
City
do
is
you
good.
want fluffy characters?
What?
Why do you want the fluffy characters?
Well, because they're in style. I mean, we got an evil Winnie the Pooh movie out there, which is pretty cool. We also
Which
have.
was awful. That movie was horrible.
Hey, he does a cool fatality in the second one, though. I don't know if you watched the second one. He
Nope.
made a pretty cool fatality with that whole thing.
No,
What do you
sir.
mean? Yes, he
No,
did.
sir.
He
No,
like
sir.
puts it in the stomach and just. I come think I'm confusing the movies. That was a good movie though. The second one's pretty good, better than the first one, of course. Better than the first one, 100%. It also had a backstory to it. Yes, it did. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you should watch it. And
I
also
can't
the
trust you.
no, I'm saying it's not like wow, it's the best movie, no, but it's better than the first one because it actually has a story on how Winnie the Pooh was created, which is interesting.
Hmm.
Sounds like.
Chat, do you suddenly want to go see that horrible Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Wait, we also had the
I'm
banana
in.
splits. We also had the banana splits one. That was the evil banana splits, which I have still not watched it. But hey, evil fluffy animals always cool. They're cool. Evil fluffy is always cool.
Yeah, yeah. See, even Gogo Poe, he's like, you watch that? You watch that nonsense? He's with me. He agrees.
Hey, nothing
But hey,
wrong.
you know
It's a
what?
slasher. The
You know
slasher
what?
is the best thing.
You know what, Louis? I can't say much. I can't say much because I've literally watched some of the worst movies I've ever seen, horror
Oh,
movie wise,
oh, the
on
chocolate,
the horror podcast
oh, the
that we've been doing on Fridays.
the chocolate
So,
cake.
dude, oh, good God. Um, yeah, no, if
Ah, so funny.
folks in the chat, if you ever want to see a horrible movie, you owe it to yourself to go watch The Underground. I think it came out 2011 or 2013.
Mm.
You should watch that one. You should watch The Town That Dreads Sundown. That actually wasn't too terrible. But there were some other ones that we've watched where I was like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know why
Oh,
this happened.
oh, Iceman could be another one that can hop in. Iceman,
Iceman?
yeah, Iceman, from Quantum Break, Iceman. Isn't it?
So not Iceman. You want oh goodness, Jack Joyce. You want
Yes, that's
Joyce?
his name. I always call him the Iceman because that's how I remember all the time from being in the X Men movies. It's
Sure.
Iceman. Yes.
That would be okay. I'd be okay with that.
There you go. There you go. How about you, son? Who would you pick?
I already gave you my pick.
Oh, you said you look man. That's true.
Oh no. Harry in the chat just said he wants to see
Diddy,
Diddy movies.
Diddy movies. Oh dear lord.
I hmm, I don't know if
Why the name Diddy? Because Diddy sounds like titty. Titty and Diddy. Diddy.
Louis. No, sweet Jesus. Iconic video games. Good evening and welcome. Great to
What's
see you.
up?
Yeah,
Hmm.
interesting. Interesting.
Yep.
I don't know how to follow up after that. Back to you, Lou.
All right, all right, all right. Let's move on up, Silent Cypher, because like I said, we have a long read down the road, and now we are moving Silent Cypher to the climb because Silent Man has been deep dive week, man. There's been a lot of beautiful things happening this week in deep dives. I mean, we had a deep dive of Arc. Well, not a deep dive, it was a gameplay review, which I was really happy to see Arc Raiders, the gameplay of Arc Raiders, which it looks pretty fun. I mean, I want to hear what you got to say about that. And we also saw more of Indiana Jones, which of course it's Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, what the heck not? And A South of Midnight, the documentary. Oh my God, the documentary was beautiful, 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 beautiful. I watched that this morning again, and wow, ah, man, it's just so beautiful. But either way, though, let's start off with the one with the Arc Raider, Silent Cypher. Did you see the trailer, Silent?
Well, does it count if I watched half of it?
It does count. It does count.
Okay, so yes, yeah, I saw about half of it.
Half of it. So, Silent, tell me what you experienced when you saw it. I mean, what was your reaction? I would like to know. And also, what did you like about it? You know, and dislike
What
too.
what did I like about it?
Yeah.
Man, you're asking too much. Um, so I was sad because I feel like when they first showed us Arc Raiders back in the day, uh, it looked way cooler. I was way more excited with what Arc Raiders was years ago when they first showed it to us versus what it is now. Uh, Couple things for me, and again, I get it. Not every game is made for me. It is what it is. Um, as soon as they started talking about how it was going to be like as soon as they were talking about like it being an extraction shooter and stuff, I was like, okay, we're good. We're good. I got I got other games calling me. Because there's plenty of shooters I enjoy, but I don't need this nonsense objective extraction shooter nonsense for it.
Huh?
It's not my thing. And I get it. I tried to play Division 1 and 2 and I just never really got super into them. Um Gogo Poe in the chat, yeah, just mentioned it looks like Division. This looks like Division if the Division had less personality, which shocked me because it's so colorful and stuff. I would have figured it'd be the opposite. But it just feels kind of generic. Feels kind of generic. Not in the Concord generic level like what Sony just released and then recalled because of how bad it was, but pretty generic. Um, I don't know. I mean, if it's on Game Pass, I will give it a shot probably at some point. But it's just not really my thing, and they did not sell me with what I watched. Like as soon as I started watching it, all I could think is, yeah, this is just not really for me. Um, Plenty of people out there that'll love it, I'm sure. I'm just sadly not one of them.
Ah, the
Um,
guns. Yeah, that.
was there anything nice about it? Anything that was a good thing that I liked?
Well,
It was when I pressed stop and I went and I watched a different video. That was about as good as it got for me. I was not very impressed.
oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. That was funny. That was funny. Oh man. But for me, what impressed me about the game, like for example, like I love the idea about that you also gotta face raiders. You gotta also save like a raider that's your partner. You know, you got like this big old machines running around trying to kill you too. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. It's kind of not only that. Son, the good thing about this is, if I'm wrong, I don't know. Sorry, you can correct me because you've been following this game since you got kicked out of Star Citizen. So the question is this a free to play game, right? I mean, this was a free to play game, isn't it? If Far Cry is a free to play game, because if it's a free to play game, then that makes it even better. I mean, just having that experience running around, taking out robots, and yes, I agree with Google Pop about something. Those guns were weird, but I think it's all part of the wasteland thing because it seems like it's a big ass wasteland out there, and something I like though is if you go down though, like the person like shoots a flare from the back, pause, it kind of goes up. It goes choo, shoots up to notice that you are down. I don't know why it didn't say from the front though, but it comes out either way. Pause. It still sound bad, but yes, so they shoot a flare from the back, and that tells the person that's down. And yeah, I mean it seems kind of like interesting. It seems for me a little bit interesting, but like I said, I'll wait till it releases to try it out because yeah, I'm with you a little bit on that. Like the trailer was a bit weird, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. Silent Cypher. Let's see. Now, Silent. Oh, man. Oh, man. I want to talk about this one Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Did you watch that trailer, Silent? Did you watch that trailer? Tell me you did.
Yes. Yeah. So I really like the look of this one.
Yep.
Um, the one critique I'll say, and it could have just been my stream when I was watching it, but when I started off and he was going up and he was pulling the statue off of the like podium and stuff, it felt like it was very. It felt like it was a little clippy. Felt like it was just kind of jarring the motion, but then everything else I saw during the video seemed fine. So again, could just been like when I was watching the video, it just hadn't fully loaded. Who knows? But seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. If I'm gonna be my grouchy old man self, I'll have to try and find some sort of critique that I would give it. And I think one of the things I find is uh, the person who did the voicing for Indiana Jones is spot on pretty much all the time throughout that, except for when he hits high notes. When he gets to high notes, he has a hard time keeping that Harrison Ford sound. But that's such a small thing to throw out as a critique. Everything I saw in that trailer, the deep dive looks really good, and I'm super stoked about the fact that that game's coming out this year. It still feels kind of weird that it's actually coming out this year because It doesn't feel like we've been waiting for it that long. Although I guess it's been a few years now, right? Since it was announced. Um, but the more that I see of this game, the more excited I am about it. I can't say the same thing for Arc Raiders, but I can definitely say that for this. This I'm interested in, and I'm looking forward to jumping into it and trying it out. I think it's going to be a really good thing for them to have out there to engage people who maybe have never really even gotten into Indiana Jones so much. You think about it, we haven't had a lot of Indiana Jones games over the years. We
Mhm.
had one on the original Xbox. We
Ooh.
had one way back on freaking Mac or floppy, whatever it was I was playing on. Um,
Oh, that goes
it-
back to NES. That Temple of Doom game was right there. It was
yeah,
horrible.
yeah, it was really bad. But it was still fun. That was the one where you had to cruise through on the carts at one point, right?
Yeah, the one that had the cruise. Yes.
Oh,
Oh my
dude,
god.
those
Oh,
carts were so horrible. That was
oh yes, they were.
that was
They were.
abuse.
That was abuse. 100%. That was abuse. 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 Abuse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Um, but yeah, no, I really dug it. What's your takeaway with it? I mean, I know what that one's still slated for. What was the date in December for that one?
December
Or
9th. December 9th, I think it is the
Nice.
day.
Which means it's gonna get snubbed by the Keeleys.
Oh man. I mean, that means
Oh,
that
it came
that's.
out too late. I guess we can't review it. No
Oh,
game of the year for Microsoft.
no, we cannot review it. No, 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 no. And not only that, it's not going to take it to next year because we all know what he does. We all know
No,
what he
it
does.
never happens.
Hmm.
Star Wars got nailed for it back in the day
Yep.
when Fallen Order came out. Fallen Order was great. Now, granted, it did not launch very well. It launched way better than the second one did, but great game. And that thing got snubbed because it literally released like right after the Game Awards, or
Crazy.
like right as the Game Awards launched. And so because of all the other stuff that came out, it got completely disregarded.
Yep.
I could see that happening here. Keeley is that type of guy. It wouldn't surprise me.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, what I did see in that game though, in that trailer, right? Oh man, so I like the idea that pretty much you're truly Indiana Jones. Like basically, you go out there, you explore, you go into caves, you go, do like all because it's pretty amazing that like the different levels out there. You're in Egypt, you're in the Southeast Asia, I think it is. I mean, the places you visit, it's like you get to explore, do what Indy does, find the treasures, do all that stuff. I mean, everything is right on the detail about Indiana Jones. Not only that, also the appearance to Harrison Ford is pretty amazing. I like how he looks though. I mean, damn, that's awesome. Like it's just good kapow, Harrison Ford. The voice though, it sounds like him a little bit, kind of.
It it does for the most part.
Yeah, it
There's
does for
there's
them.
a few
Yeah,
moments where when he hits higher notes, it doesn't sound like him. But again, that's such a small thing to complain about, considering how much voice work it looks like probably went into this, right?
yeah. I mean, it was, but either way though, like for example, like one of the things I liked about it, like you need to find items like to continue. I don't know if you saw that he grabbed like the trident and he threw it to the log. He threw it to the log, and when he throws it to the log, he uses it, with the with the belt thing. Whip is it whip? Whip the whip? Yeah,
Whip.
yeah, the whip. Yeah, the whip. Yes. And here comes Brittany with the comment about the whip. Watch this. You'll see. You'll see. He'll be
No.
coming by.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Louis sitting there getting ready to go over the gap, and he's like,
Can you imagine me playing that game like right there? Like, what the hell am I supposed
Panted
to do
man,
here?
the panted
What?
man, the panted man.
Yep.
Um, hop on, round shot. Um,
Yes. 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 As long as it's not Chuxi, I'm good. As long as it's not Chuxi, I'm good.
Trixie?
Chuxi, the game Chuxi.
Oh, that game. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah. So Sourblow in the chat I made the comment. He says, "In a perfect world, Stalker 2 will win over at the Game Awards. But let's be real. If I was a betting man, my money is on Astrobot." Yeah, yeah. I mean, we know who it is that runs this thing. We
Yep.
know the majority of the people in the media who will be uh,
Rooting
putting
for
it up for
this.
nomination. We know that they're all a bunch of shills, and we know that they're also very sensitive. Recently, we know that they're all very sensitive about being called out when they are literally just towing the line because they have friends that work on that side of the game industry. So it'll be an interesting thing. But yeah, I think
Mhm.
if you were a betting man, you could probably put some money towards Astrobot and you would win.
You will win 100%. Also. Well, that's not 100% this because maybe it might hit us in the foot and Party Stalker 2 might win. Let's see, which I hope
Mm-mm.
it does. I
It's
hope
not
it
going to
does.
happen.
If that happens, I'll be amazed it
It's
did.
no, it's not going to
I'll
happen.
be
Even though,
amazed. I'll be
e-
my mouth.
even though, here's the thing, Lou.
Yeah.
Even though that developer has suffered through a hellish development cycle, a hellish life, a hellish landscape that they've been living in because of these things. The fact that they ended up actually having to move studio location, the fact that they lost people in the war, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Keeley won't concern himself with any of that.
Yeah.
If if Hideo Kojima had an ingrown toenail on his big foot or on his big toe, and he had to get it surgically removed, Jeff Keighley would give him game of the century.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if it's someone who's not directly involved or had history with Sony in the past, doesn't matter. They
Oh,
they won't get the recognition for that.
oh Lord. You see what?
Keeley's too focused on what makes him money. He's not concerned about any games that he doesn't play in his ecosystem.
Oh Lord. Did you see what Brittany says? I told you Brittany's gonna come, right? It was
Ooh,
it was
there you
just
go.
said.
Sounds like you'll be having a good time, Lou. You're welcome.
Mm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Ah, Brittany. But yes, another thing I like about it is that
Oops,
you
she
know,
did it again.
another thing I also liked about the indie thing was like that, that iconic hat thing. You know, when he's like really tired and his head is on the floor and he picks it up and just puts it on, all of a sudden like that rage of energy comes in. The
Yep.
fighting is, I
It
love the fighting.
would
I
look
like,
great. The sound
yeah, the
effects,
sound, yes, the
everything. Oh,
punches. Oh, but that's
the
gonna
sound
feel good.
effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna feel good.
There's there
You
is
get
some serious weight behind those punches. Like
yes.
I would love to see, there are those games where you hear some of the sound effects and you're just like, I would love to see how they record some of those. I
Yeah.
am certain that they brought cameras in, or they brought microphones in to like a meat plant, and they literally went into like one of the butcher areas where they had a bunch of pigs hanging or like beef hanging, and they were just like punching those, because I feel like it's got that real guttural, like gooey smash to it. And yeah, I don't know. The guys who did the audio work for that are wizards. They made it sound real good.
Yeah, because they
So
literally grabbed the same sound effect that was back in the movies. Because I mean,
yeah,
that punch was like kind of just that sound effect. Oh
it's
man,
sharp. It's
I
heavy.
mean, yes, it's heavy. Oh man, not only that, you can also like jump into fight clubs in that game. Get in that fight club and beat up people. Oh man, seriously, I'm hyped for indie. I'm someone that's really hyped. And it's kind of funny though when the game was shown. I remember people were saying like, "Oh, it's motion sickness, yada yada yada." It should have been third person. Listen, after I watched the whole fight thing, the punches and everything, it has to be third person. I mean, it had to be first person right there. Unless if it's a boxing game, which is different. But just the fights and everything, just the way the whip too, like he whips him on the leg, whips him on everything, and not only that, there was this one scene that I was even telling the chat that morning. I bet you all were thinking like me that morning. They're like, "What?" I mean, literally, he grabs it like a corkscrew type of thing. It's like going up to the guy, and the guy's like on his back. I was literally thinking that he was gonna stick the corkscrew on the back.
Oh, Jesus, Louis.
I
Oh,
was, hey,
goodness.
sorry, I was literally even everybody in the chat.
We just lost 3 followers because of that.
No, 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 no. I'm not kidding you. Everybody in the chat thought that. They were like, wait, is it? What is he? I mean, literally, we're like, is he going to use that where he's going to use it? They were saying that day. I was trying to say. But either way, though, I'm hyped for that game. I just, like I said, love the idea, the exploration. That's going to be fantastic. Ooh. And man, oh, just can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. And the bad guys, you got the big bad guys like in the indie movies that you used to like pummel them down. Oh man, it's just gonna be fun, son. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game, 100%. Now, Silent, let's talk about the last tea time before we head on to the Phil interview because I know chat is eagerly waiting for that Phil interview and our opinions about it. Because, like you said, step on the rake. But but, South of Midnight Sound Cypher. Oh man, South of Midnight, what a beautiful game. I mean, I, I can watch that thing again and again and again. It's just it amazes me how much detail they put into that game. I love how they went, because it's funny. These guys are like on the southern part of Canada, isn't it? Like they're in the southern part of Canada, and they literally went down to Louisiana, to get like footage and is it footage? Did I say it right? Footage, information, about Southern folklore, and trying to enrich it, which is interesting because there's so much cool history in the United States. Like for example, there is a game out there about the Blair Witch Project, but it was okay. But you can literally like go out there talk about what's the thing that flies around Jersey
That game was
Devil.
good. Damn it.
You liked it? Did you finish
Yes.
it?
Yes.
It wasn't scary though. Kind of took like
There were moments.
the moments.
Hey, hey, Louis,
Yeah.
did you wear a good pair of headphones when you played that game?
Yes, I
No.
did.
No.
Yeah, I
No.
did. I did.
No.
I did. And I heard like the
Really?
trees. Yes. When I played that game, I had the damn aces. Is it aces? No, it wasn't aces. Sorry.
Hmm.
It's
$5. $5 says chat. $5 says he didn't actually wear a headset.
yeah. I was wearing the Steel Series during that
That
time.
that was a very good game.
It was okay. I'll
Yeah.
go through it again. I'll go through it again. See what's up. I'll go through it again. But man,
Check his achievement progress, chat. Check
I
his achievement
I
progress.
can look for it right now. No problem. I got it right here, buddy.
I can look for. I'll
Yeah,
look. I'll look.
yeah.
Fine. You keep talking. I'll search. You got this.
But yeah, I mean, South of Midnight, just the folklore on the southern side of things, southern folklore, just amazing. I love the idea, with the music playing, and the music is freaking phenomenal. Um, she's a what was she? The character was she was a weaver, I think it is weaver, right? Did I get it right? She's a weaver who just goes out there, tries to fix things, and I love how like all of a sudden from like the dark presence, it gets like to light. You see like all flowers and stuff like that. It gets pretty pretty out there, pretty pretty. It does, it does, it does. It's not only that, it's stop animation. Is it stop motion? Is it stop animation? Stop motion animation. I don't know how to say that right. Stop animation animation. How is it said?
Stop motion animation, I
Oh,
think.
stop motion animation. But stop motion animation, like the way that they got everything, all that stuff is just freaking phenomenal. I just love it. Every detail in that game is just freaking awesome. The crocodile's cool. Everything. I just cannot stop just going back to it and watching it. How, like I said, they were Louisiana captured like for 6 months they were capturing sounds for that game from the swamps and everything. That's awesome. They really put their hearts into that game, and I think that game is going to be in Unreal Engine 4. I remember, I think I heard out there. But the sad thing is, Silent, we still do not have a release date. We still don't. We still don't. We still don't. But either way, though,
Hmm.
hmm, hmm,
It's it's interesting what I'm finding on your achievements for this
what
game.
what it says. Don't tell me I played for like 2 hours.
The fact that the majority of the achievements that you even touched on there, you got about 11% completion rate.
That's good.
No,
Oh,
it's
I
not.
thought it was good. Okay.
11% meaning like you didn't complete the achievement. You were
Oh,
11% complete.
I thought it was good though.
Hmm.
How long did I play it for? Does it say how long I played it for?
I'm trying to track that
Hold
down.
on. Silent, I'll be right back. Hold on, give me one
Uh,
second.
okay.
Keep looking for it. Keep talking to the chat. I'll be right back. Gotta go do something real quick, chat. Give me 1 second. Oh, it is.
He's got to go see if he can try and dethrone Sourblow in a getting a new world record going. Yes, yes, Xbox Gamer. Oh, Xbox Gamer coming in with some fire on this. See what Louis' achievements are for Hellblade 2. Ain't that about right? It's an interesting conversation about that one, isn't it? Um it's chat. Chat. It is a little difficult to figure out if he actually beat Blair Witch. I can say that he pet the dog, which is like literally at the beginning of the game. Um, but I'm not seeing one that says like complete the game. So I'm not sure, but I'm kind of thinking he didn't beat it. And given the achievement progress that he has, I'm thinking he probably put about 2 hours in, maybe three. It's just my guess. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're wrong. We'll see. I'll have to do some more digging. I'll have to expose him later on that one. But we can't talk about that too much now that he's back.
All right, I'm back. What's up? What's up? I'm back.
Oh, nothing. I was just passing it off to you, sir. That's all I
Oh, what did you say? Were you trolling me because I did not finish the game or something?
No, no. I thought you said you beat the game.
No, I never said I beat the game though. I said I played the game, just didn't like it, so I let it go. It wasn't scary enough. I was like,
That's
eh,
not
it's
what you said.
okay. No, I never said I beat the game.
That's chat. Chat.
Chat, did I say that I beat the game? Chat, defend me right here, chat. Did I ever say I finished that game? No, I did not finish that game. I said I played it, just didn't like
Said it
it.
was
Let
a
it go.
horrible game.
I said it was horrible because it wasn't scary. Like the scenes on the woods was pretty
How do you
cool.
know if it was scary if you didn't beat it?
Well, I faced like a what's it called a what's it called a
Yeah,
lantern monster or something like that. You have to like
sure.
flash your lantern in the monster's face to kill it. I think that was the first monster I think.
So you fought one of them.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought one of them. Yeah,
One. One.
one. That's it. That's it. Just like
Let the
it's not.
record show, chat. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep
All
going.
right, all right. Let's keep going. So, like I was saying about something midnight, it's just beautiful, beautiful. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. So, Silent, tell me what your reaction is with that game. I mean, I want to hear your opinion about it.
It looks good. Sorry, this is not going to be very exciting. It looks
Oh,
really good. Yeah, it looks really good. The animation, everything about it, I've really enjoyed what. Oh, good God. Um, I've enjoyed everything I've seen of South of Midnight so far. This again, just like Indiana Jones. The more I see of this one, the more excited I've been in regards to this game, and I do really look forward to playing around with it. It seems like it's going to be a really cool experience. It seems like the devs have, it's like with the Forza Horizon games where they go out there and they literally do like sky mapping and they do like all these camera things where they're literally filming sections of desert to see how things grow after a rainstorm, things like that, so that way they can portray that in the game. That takes like a certain level of passion when you're developing a game and doing things like that. And that's kind of how this feels. Is like you can tell that this is a project for them, yes, but it's more of a passion project. It's
mhm.
not just, hey, I'm making this game. Um, there have been plenty of folks that I know in the industry where, like, you're in a certain studio and you end up having to do a game because it's the game that you ended up buying either the rights for or a publisher deal happened or whatever. So you go in there, you do it, and maybe it's not your favorite project, but something like this seems like it is definitely it's a labor of love for this studio. I guess is the best way for me to say it. So I'm excited to get hands on with it once we finally do. The stop motion animation stuff, I'll be curious how it ends up working out with the actual gameplay. But so far from what I've seen, I've really enjoyed it.
I was drinking water. Awesome, 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 awesome. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. That was 35. What is it? 36 minutes of just nonstop pleasure. Just hearing about the oh,
30 minutes of nonstop pleasure. That right? Did I get that right? Clip it, chat. You're welcome, Brittany. You're welcome.
what did I say so
Clip,
wrong? I'm talking about the YouTube videos. 36 minutes of
clip it.
nonstop pleasures watching that YouTube
36 minutes.
video.
Nonstop pleasure.
Oh dear Lord, oh dear
Oh
Lord.
gosh. I
Chat.
don't even have to set you up for it. You just do it yourself. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Chat. Tell me what you love about those three deep dives. We talked about Google Poverty Express. Already talked about. I was gonna say Express. No, that's
36 minutes of
not.
deep diving. Baby, I'm gonna bring you to Cauldron Lake and we're gonna take a 36-minute deep dive.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Oh man.
I'm gonna open up a bottle of wine and we're gonna hang out on the shoreline for 36 minutes.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
No baby oil. No, no baby oil. Hashtag no Diddy. All right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yes, this is getting
Gone
pretty
too far.
wild. This is getting pretty wild. Yeah, chat. Let's keep it G. We are gaming. It's like Brittany got to grapple that.
Sorry, children.
Oh dear Lord. Oh man, I keep falling for these traps. For God's
So,
sakes.
aren't you so happy that you're not
Oh
here with
man.
us?
Oh, Cozy Beluga. Oh yeah, what's up, Cozy? How are you, man?
What's up, Cozy?
How are you? How are you? Seriously, miss you, Cozy. Oh, Blondie in the house. What's up, Blondie? Oh, she has an amazing voice. She's here to sing. She sings that Moana song, such a beautiful way. What's up, Blondie? How you doing, man? How you doing? MSO's,
Actually,
yes, that's she does. She has a beautiful voice. Beautiful
oh,
voice. Yes, she does.
nice.
Seriously, she
That's
does.
awesome.
Yep. Yep. So let's keep on moving because now, Silent Cypher, we're gonna take a deep dive. Well, that's not a deep dive, though. We're gonna talk about the fail interview.
36
Here we
minutes of deep
go.
diving.
36 deep dive. Oh God, gotta stop this. Oh man,
We'll
because if we
spend.
continue with this, I mean, my cheeks hurt not from all that smiling. I
You
mean,
heard it. You heard it, chat. After 36 minutes of deep dives, Crazy Louie's cheeks are hurting. There you go. That's the clip. That's the clip right there.
what?
Mm,
What?
wow. Wow.
Oh my
I
God.
got nothing. I got nothing after that. Wow. That is an overshare.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh man, I died tonight. Oh man, so uh, I mean, okay. Uh, Microsoft Gaming Chief is still looking for acquisitions, see future growth. Hmm. Interesting because Silent Cypher, I thought Microsoft was stopping to get acquisitions, right? I mean, this was gonna be like the end of it because seriously, every time there's acquisition talks now, I hope it's not a big acquisition because I'm happy you even said this is not, gonna be a big acquisition though. I mean, if he does go out there and buy a studio, because seriously, I don't want to deal with the FTC again. I don't want to deal with the CMA. I mean, like, I literally sat down the other day and I looked at our history from our show, and man, all we did was talk literally about the FTC, CMA, Activision Blizzard is coming, is it not coming, is it not going to be joining Activision? We were tired about that stuff. So Phil had an interesting interview today, and basically out there on Twitter and pretty much around, I don't know what other social media spaces, people went nuts because that's what always happens. People go nuts about what he says and seem like they don't understand what he says. They just like to flip flop and say a bunch of things. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go again. But yeah, people got depressed. People, like I said, shake their heads, or I don't know what the heck they're doing out there, but they're just really mad about it. Really mad about it. So
They're out there in the street screaming, "Leave Britney alone!"
Oh, yes, that's what they're doing. Leave Britney alone. So basically, after a tough year, Microsoft, of course, video game chief is still looking at acquisitions and trying now to compete and partner in the markets for handheld game devices and mobile stores. Which we heard this about the whole handheld situation. I mean, not the handheld or our the mobile store thing that it after which later on I will continue on to that it got delayed. So these are the key points of what he said in that long article, which I basically had to type it down because Bloomberg doesn't like to give it for free. Thank you, Bloomberg. Really appreciate it. And
The
pause.
mobile store ended up getting delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed. It got delayed because there's
When did that?
still. You remember that Google lost over in the court? They appealed and it got delayed, and I think it was
That was
Purple.
like a
Where
month and a half ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, a month and a half ago. Where
Jesus. Okay.
Purple called that out there. Where's Purple? Purple, where are you, Purple? Purple's gonna be popping in here soon.
Put up the purple bat sign.
Yep, yep. Purple's gonna be hopping in here. So she literally called that out. She said, "I wonder how Microsoft is gonna put that mobile star after this because she
Hmm.
nailed it. Purple just knows her things. She does when she does. So yeah. So these are the key points of the things he says. He says we definitely want to be in the market. And when we can't find teams and technology capability that add or what we're trying to do in gaming at Microsoft, absolutely we will keep our heads up. Still nothing imminent, and very large deals are probably off the table. Thank God. Please be off the table. Please. Please. At present, as the company is spending a lot of time absorbing Activision Blizzard employees, he said. So, Silent, on what he said, what would be a great studio for them to purchase? I mean, we're looking at small studios now, like this they want to acquire. What would be a good small studio for them to purchase? Which there's a lot of them out there interesting. In chat, I want to hear what you got to say. Which studios would you like Microsoft to purchase to bring their games up over here to Game Pass for us to enjoy? So yeah, Silent, what studio do you think they should purchase?
Well, before I dive into what I think would be a good option,
Uh oh,
I just want to say that I get to take another victory lap. Woohoo!
why?
Why do I get to take another victory lap? Because I was right once again. From Phil Spencer's mouth directly. It's not going to be a big acquisition. It's going to be small items. They're not going to try and put something back in front of the courts like they just spent years doing between Bethesda and ActiBliz. That's not going to happen. The focus will be on smaller items that they can pick up. They'll fall under that threshold so they can purchase them and they don't have to go into a whole court proceeding just to get it done. So for me, some of the ones that would be easy pickings, again, just for me, is if well, I guess we'll start on a smaller side, right? So it'd be something like a Square Enix. Um,
Hmm.
some of their ones that they have, or well, that they used to have. You look at like the guys who ended up doing the Tomb Raider games, something like that. That's one of those type of things where I think recently they got picked up by Amazon or something. Um, but the question would be, how long is that negotiation for? Is it a term like a term limited contract, something like that? If you could get them, but another one that they've been working with a bunch, like you have the Square Enix guys working on Perfect Dark, right? So that group, the group that's working with them that didn't get laid off, grab those guys. They're already working for your development studio anyways on this game. So why not just add them to the fold?
100%.
If we're going a little bigger, I think one that I could see being a good pickup, one that would be up for pickup, would be IO Interactive. The guys that are working on the new James Bond game. They're also working on Project Dragon, I think is the code name. Um, as well as they'll eventually obviously go back to Hitman and stuff, but James Bond is going to be their main focus for a while, along with some of these other projects that they've been diving into. Uh, it does always make me wonder where Remedy lands in the mix of everything just because of everything that's happened. I could see Remedy ending up back with them to an extent, but at the same time, I wonder if there's still some feelings there. Like it seems like they're working together pretty well now, but there for a second, it was pretty rough. Yes, Crystal Dynamics. Thank you, Back from the Dead. I was drawing a blank. I knew it was the square one, but I just could not remember Crystal. So Crystal would definitely be a smaller idea purchase,
Mhm.
I think. For a larger option that I think would still be within the threshold that they could get away with and they wouldn't be stuck in court forever for, would be IO Interactive.
Yep. I got a good one. Asobo Studios.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good one for them
Yes,
to get, especially since they've been doing the Plague's Tale. Oh man,
but
they've been doing an amazing job.
here's the thing about them, because they also did the flight sim stuff. They don't
Mm,
seem like they're really interested in being picked up. Like they're pretty happy just kind of doing their thing.
really?
It seems like it. I mean,
Oh
they
no.
we haven't seen them losing people. Things have been pretty good for them. So,
Nice, 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 nice. Because listen, and that would be one nice one to get. They should also see if they can acquire because it's not because the question is how big can they go? Like how big in money can they say, okay, let me go acquire? Because
there's
not 80 million, like for example, they can go out for 6 or 7 billion, you know?
so I'm trying to remember what the threshold was because I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, it was something like 500 million was the threshold before it starts getting um, scrutinized higher up, right? So if you could get some smaller ones under that 500, you deal with a lot less struggle because it doesn't have to go through a whole process to get there. Easier, you don't have to worry about courts usually, unless someone throws a case out there, which maybe Sony or someone still would. But if the again, I could be wrong on the threshold. Google it if you're curious about it and if you want to look at it more. But I could see something like that. Some of those ones, I would be curious what IO's value is at this point in time. I would imagine that they're still pretty cheap,
Hmm.
but I don't know if they would hit the 500 threshold. They might be above that. They might be they might be closer to the 750 to maybe 1 bill,
One bill? Hmm.
possibly.
Possibly. Hmm.
Let
I,
me do some research on that while you keep talking cuz I'm curious. I know I heard 500 million at some point, but I can't remember where I heard it.
all right, go look for that. Go look for that so I can continue on reading because we got to continue on because this is going to be a long one. So there's a lot of reading to do. A lot. A lot. So another thing he said out there, because I'm reading the key points, like the most important things he said in the interview. He said, it's been a good area for, let me see what it is. For us to learn from creative teams that have real unique capability, the real opportunity is to our partners to create is the real opportunity is to partner with creative teams in China for global. Now that's an interesting statement because right then there he's talking about the mobile side of things, right? Like where he wants to go with mobile, right? And here they're already partners, right? With with Tencent over there in China. Like what will be like a good country or a good place that could go out there visiting partners with around the world. Like for example, I would say they should go around in South Korea, find a couple of partners over there just to get their mobile pretty much a little bit farther. And India too would be interesting. Another place I think it would be awesome would be in Africa. I mean, I don't know if you got to say something about that, Silent, for them to
Um
expand.
I I mean, if there was anyone that was going to be picked up in an area that's outside like that, I
Yeah,
think Sour is probably on the money. He mentions GSC Game World and 4A Games.
and
Those
combine them.
guys, the ones that ended up doing Metro, and also the guys that are currently doing Stalker, those ones I could see.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right. I'm totally forgetting about the
back
stalker guys. You should pick those guys up. Seriously.
Back from the Dead mentions, he says, how much is THQ Nordic?
Ooh.
So Here's the thing. um, THQ slash THQ Nordic slash Embracer Group, that whole cluster is a giant mess. I would be very curious as to
Mhm.
where they're sitting at this point in time. If you think about where we're at this point in time, we've actually not heard very much about Embracer over the last, what, 6 months, 7 months? There for a minute, it felt like every time that we took a breath, we'd hear about them laying someone off. So somehow they must be in a better position at this point in time, or they cut out as many as they needed to so they could retain their staffing that they currently had and survive for the time being. Maybe they ended up getting funding, like the funding that fell apart for them previous. Maybe something worked out. So I I don't think that you see something from like THQ Nordic or Embracer or any of those unless they're in a bad spot again where they're struggling. The unfortunate thing for Nintendo, for Sony, for Microsoft, for anyone who was interested, be it Tencent or whatever, anyone who was interested in the IPs at that point in time, back when Embracer started having issues, was from what it sounded like, Embracer basically just started just mass layoffs. They weren't even trying to sell, they were just basically like getting rid of studios because they couldn't support it. So unfortunately, a lot of those studios just fell to the wayside and got disbanded because of how things ended up. Uh, and it makes me wonder with something like Darksiders 4, like, I think that's still in the plans, isn't it? I feel like they said that there was going to be another Darksiders because we have three of the four horsemen, right?
Yep.
We don't have the fourth one. So I'd be curious. I mean, I'd assume it'd come out at some point in time, but it's just really going to depend on how they're sitting at this point. And I don't see any way that they're going to sell it. It feels like for some reason they would rather disband the studios instead of sell them for some reason, which is a strange thing. I don't know why Embracer is being like that.
I don't know either. I don't
There's
know
got to
either.
be a reason. There's got to be a reason. Maybe it's because the government is connected to that company in some form or fashion. Who knows? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Yep. Yep. So finally, again, just in case, I probably was said before, but finally now we actually know that there is a handheld being made. So Phil says, longer term, I love us building devices, and I think our team could some real innovative work, right? But we want to be informed by learning and what's happening now. So, Silent, my question is, right, because we already talked about this several times of what will make a good handheld, right? With the confirmation now of the handheld finally, we already talked about this area many times on what would make a great handheld. And just to add some of it, do you have any more ideas for what we talked about? We talked about like if it would have been like a good LED screen, better battery life, but any more ideas to the handheld? I mean, anything you would like to see that the handheld do?
Um, I don't know. Real quick before I dive into that, I think I'm seeing 45 million for Section 8A of the Clayton Act in regards to what would trigger court action if someone tried to buy a studio or tried to buy a developer or whatever. But going back to the handheld, so okay, from the little bit that I caught from this, because I didn't catch everything that was happening with all this, but it kind of sounded like the handheld is still a ways out.
Yeah, it's still a ways up because he even said it like for like the company's plan online mobile store. Okay, we already talked about the online store thing that's going to
Yeah.
be delayed. But yes, he literally says it's years away. The handles is still years off. So basically, might see it like in 2 or 3 years tops. You know?
So I mean at this point, I guess here's my take on it. I
Yeah.
think it's good and bad. Um, given the situation that we're in right now, you can play Xbox on pretty much any screen that has a browser, right?
Hmm.
So if you don't have a handheld right now, it's not the end of the world. That being said, I am disappointed because I was thinking that this thing was closer. This kind of bums me out, and I'm just kind of like, well, I don't really care at this point in time. Then come back to me in a few years when it's about to release,
It's about to
because
release.
at this point, I really don't care. Like if it's that far out, then okay, whatever. We'll see if
Yeah.
I'm still in the ecosystem. We'll see if I'm still caring 3 years from now. Who knows?
Let's see.
But in the current time, in the current situation that we're in, people can literally access like all their stuff on Xbox right now via mobile. And they can't access their library just yet, if I remember correctly, but that's coming here in December.
Hmm.
Is I think what I was hearing. Is that not?
The
I'm
mobile
trying.
store thing? The mobile store?
No, no, no. The whole thing was that you'd be able to start actually playing,
Oh, that
side stream your games, your
I
personal
think
games.
I think that got delayed too because I think it was part of the mobile store thing. Yep.
Well, in that case, they can just don't be out here doing damn interviews. Get back to work and focus on it because I don't care
Oh,
about
that's
your
not.
interviews.
It's not their fault. It's because of the court
I
cases.
I don't care. I don't care about the court cases. Guess what? We've been living for 4 years in these stupid court cases, and I give 0 shits
Yeah, no.
anymore about what the excuse is. I don't care if it's a court case. I don't care if it's because your dog got hit when it was
Oh,
going across the road. I
because
don't
that was
care what the reason is. Release your shit or shut up and get it figured out. Like, I'm
yeah,
kinda done
because
with it.
I was gonna talk about that next because I was gonna jump into that, right? And so this is what he had to pinpoint with that. So the company's planned online store for mobile games has been delayed as the group does additional research on the market. Spencer said, as the regulatory cases involving Apple
You
Inc.
can
Right,
research these nuts.
and Alphabet Inc. Android mobile device stores work their ways their way through courts in various countries. Microsoft still doesn't have an effective way to get its own store on mobile phones. So this is what he also said. So a web store would mean somebody doesn't have to go into an app store to try to install something. But you still have to have a way to find the store. If we're just hoping, like if we built it, they will come, they will come. I'm going to bet that doesn't work.
What? Okay,
So
that
that
sounds like a bunch of word soup,
exactly. I mean,
because you
it
could
was
literally right now go onto xbox.com on your mobile device. You
mhm.
can purchase a video game on your mobile device, on your browser. You can purchase a game right now. I don't care if you have to bypass Apple's nonsense, Google's nonsense, whatever.
Mhm.
You've had plenty of time. You are a big
Figure it
company.
out. Yep, I know.
Figure it out. That's not my
That's the
problem.
that's the point I was gonna ask. You know, that was gonna be the question I asked after I read like a couple more things. Hold on, where is it? Where is it?
I
All right.
to hear it's been delayed just feels kind of just like, okay, you're you are literally the party leader at this point in time when it comes to the cloud side of things, because you have this massive ecosystem. If you're going to delay it like this, you're risking the possibility of losing mind share and market share
Yep.
as you move forward.
Not
So pull your bootstraps tight and get to working. Figure it out.
because
That's not my problem.
this is what I thought about this when I read like that part of the whole article, right? I was saying, what is he pointing for? Because I mean, to be honest, if he does, right, this is gonna be my question. So you think it? Do you think what Phil is saying here? Do you think with some heavy marketing, this can actually work to get people attracted to? Because he's trying to say like, will they come? Like for example, will the actual people go to the mobile store and play the game if they actually had a mobile store? I think they will if they did some heavy marketing of the mobile store and everything. Because
Well, yeah.
basically, it's all marketing.
If
That's
Microsoft would pull their heads out of their butts
yeah,
and recognize how to actually market a product, because you can say, "Oh yeah, but Call of Duty." Well, guess what? Microsoft was not the key one that did that. That was still ActiBliz. ActiBliz is a phenomenal company when it comes to marketing their product. Microsoft, not so much.
Nope.
So, yeah, marketing would make a difference, Phil. Marketing would make quite a difference. Marketing would actually make a difference in, I don't know, maybe the last dozen items that you guys have released over the years that were always like, why'd they wait so long?
Yeah, because that's the thing.
You have the opportunity.
That's the part I understand because I don't know. Silent, was it said didn't they say like for the third party devs who were actually gonna they were looking for like for Xbox to win the 12% and then the devs get the rest? Wasn't it like that or am I wrong? I remember there was a 12% hanging out there or something like that.
They were trying to work on something like that. I don't know if they ever got into play. Um,
Yeah,
I want to say it was I wanted to say it was like a 10 to 12
10 to 12. Yeah,
versus an 88 to 90. Um, and I think they did. I think they got it done, but I
yeah,
don't
because
remember, to be honest.
that's another thing because I mean if they don't talk to the devs or communicate with the devs out there like I mean tell them hey devs if you guys because they're actually saying like for the content creators making so talking referencing to the devs he actually says that in the interview. I was like why don't you guys send someone out there talk to them say listen if you come to Xbox this is how much Xbox is going to make or take from you which is 12%. And you have 88% for you. Winning is winning. And if the mobile store launches, I mean, that's a win win situation if they are going to keep up with that 12% thing that I think it was set and told. I think it was a 12, if I remember.
Wait. You're just to make sure we're on the same page. You
Yeah,
you understand that the 88% in that conversation would be going to the dev, not Microsoft.
exactly. So the dev, yeah.
Okay,
It's the dev,
cool.
yeah. That's what I'm
I just
saying.
want I just
No, no,
wanted
no,
to
no,
make
no.
sure.
No, I understand.
I
This is
didn't
like, no, but when I'm saying that Xbox should go out there and tell the devs, right? Listen, we get 12% cut, you get an 88% cut. And since they're trying to promote that play anywhere thing, which is really interesting because that's going to be another big, huge game changer out there because besides the Game Pass Play Anywhere for the games you bought, that's going to be a cool thing. And of course, people want to hop into the store because they will say, "Wait, I get 88%. Man, I'm
I
into."
mean un- I mean unless it keeps getting delayed into oblivion and the team over there, I'm looking at you, Phil, Booty, all of you guys. Unless you sit there and you just continue to be like, well, I wonder if marketing would work. Yes, marketing would
Yes,
work.
it will work. Get it
If
to
you
work
you guys listen to the shows online.
because
You may not listen to my show online, but I know we're not the only one that's out here that constantly says, yo,
Mhm.
figure out your marketing. Learn
because
how to market.
because they did an amazing job with Call of Duty, though they did an amazing job.
But
Now,
again, not Microsoft. Actibliz did the marketing because Actibliz knows their elbows from
and,
their assholes and they know how to actually market
and they
and
also
advert.
did a good job with Metaphor. They did a good job with Persona 3 Reload, which did amazing numbers. Thanks to the marketing. I mean, they have
I
done
mean,
what
they
they want
they
to do.
did
It, they do it, and
Joey,
it's
they
amazing.
did such a good job at marketing Metaphor that all of us still thought that it was on Game Pass and you
Yeah,
didn't have to buy it.
that's true.
No, they didn't market for crap. There, it's the same thing over and over again. We've seen this from them for the last decade plus. Is like they don't recognize what marketing is. And Jesus Christ, the company's been around for 30 what years now? How many
Ooh,
years?
it's been out for
Like 35, 37, somewhere around there?
Xbox. Nah, Xbox.
No,
Nah.
no, no, Microsoft.
Oh, it's been out for more, man. Microsoft has been out for like
Microsoft's been
ooh,
around since the early 90s, late
wait,
80s.
no,
So you figure that's like a 40 to 45
dude.
year window.
No, I think it's been no, 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 no. It was started in 1975. It was way more
My
back.
bad. Okay, way back. My bad. It was 50, yeah, whatever. My math.
So it's
Anyways, I here's my thing. Like they have people who know how to do these things.
100%.
So get the shit done.
Yep.
I see Decado in chat makes a comment and says they need to tell Amy Hood um,
Wouldn't ask the
unass the
couple.
coffer.
Uh,
I'm
uh,
not exactly sure exactly how that's supposed to be read, but yes, I agree. Like whoever it is that's being the penny pincher right now, that's literally like, well, no, you don't need a marketing budget. You need to go. You need to go down to the corner, spend $5, and buy a clue
mhm.
because everyone else around you markets and advertises. And guess what? You versus Sony have in or have as a main difference. Sony markets and advertises this crap to the point where all of these people are sheep. And they're like, yeah, it's the greatest thing in the world. Whereas Microsoft's like, we're lean and we're not going to spend very much and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, wait, what? What are you? Oh, you have a console? Oh, that's weird. I thought you guys were only Microsoft Word. That's weird. They have been around long enough. They've been around long enough. They know better. So a comment like, I wonder if marketing works. Phil, come on.
Yeah, because
You
I
and
mean,
I both know marketing
because
works. We've
because like
seen
he's
it.
because like that comment he says, you know, how are we gonna get content creators hop on? We get people to hop on to a store. I mean, my God,
Dude,
wait. Okay.
great idea. Reach out to them and advertise and market.
Exactly. We reach out to them, explain to them what you
Shocking.
guys are doing. Not sitting to Bloomberg or going to Kind of Funny. We're still waiting for that Kind of Funny interview with Herman Host about the studio shutdown. And okay, we're still waiting for it. I'm still waiting
still
for
never
it.
still never going to see it.
We're in
Here's
that.
the thing. Here's the thing. If you
Yeah,
the actions that you end up implementing will
yeah,
speak louder than just doing an interview here and there.
yeah.
Oh,
That's true.
I wonder if doing these things will, yes, it will. Get your butt into gear.
Exactly.
Tighten up your bootstraps. Go out on a freaking marathon and get familiarized with what everyone else in the
So,
market is doing.
so we're,
Advertising, marketing,
yep. I
what
mean,
they
like
do.
that Play Anywhere. The idea is freaking awesome. I hope that this
It is.
thing is not going to be delayed because of the whole mobile store
Louis,
process, whatever Majiga thingy. Whatever it's
so
called.
the one other thing I'll say before I shut up, because I've been talking way too much
It's
as it is,
okay. No
but
worries.
we talk about Microsoft and this whole thing, being able to play your own games
Yep.
anywhere, stuff like that. Okay. I was playing, and I'm sure it's at this point we're safe. There's no NDAs or RDAs. If you're Louis, there's no
RDAs.
RDAs at this point. Um, in 2017, I was playing my library via cloud on my mobile phone. Okay. 2017. We're 7 years down the road, and you haven't pulled your heads out long enough to figure out how to make it work in some form or fashion to have a store or something somewhere where people can access it on their mobile devices. What are
Mhm.
we doing?
Exactly.
What are we doing? Like 7 years. I'm sorry, but just like that rare game that we'll probably never see because who knows what's happening with it.
Talk about Everwild.
7 Yeah, 7 years. We're not gonna see it, and obviously, we're not gonna see Microsoft learning how to market because 7 years later, they still haven't figured out how to let you play your own games. Why? Why are we here?
Oh
Why
man.
is this a thing? It's not it doesn't seem like it has to be
Yeah,
that
but
hard,
but but but,
especially if you're a
but
trillion-dollar
Google Poll.
company.
But that's the thing. The Google Poll is right. Apple and Google have the mobile market locked up. So yeah, which that's
Good for them. Good for them, but
uh,
again, I maintain right now, you can go
maybe.
on to xbox.com, you can purchase games right now, be it on my be it on my Droid, be it on Apple. You can purchase those games right now to play them on your console later when you come home. There's a bypass of some sorts. They can make it work.
Hmm. So now let's get to the spicy stuff, Simon, because I'm gonna read
That
this.
wasn't it?
No, that
Shh.
wasn't it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm telling you, and now comes the spicy part where everyone out there went doom and gloom. I'm gonna read this nice and slow. Well, I usually read nice and slow, but anyways, let me.
Hold on. Read it nice and slow, long enough that I can go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, go to the bathroom. I
I
was
can
just.
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me? Okay, okay. So, they were talking about the batch of games that were released on PlayStation, right? So after releasing the first patch or batch, right, of Xbox games for Sony Group's Corp's PlayStation and Nintendo Corp's Switch, right? Spencer is pleased with the results, and Microsoft will do more of that. He said, and won't roll out any game in Microsoft's stable. So the thing was when everyone read this, and I'll tell you how I see it, how am I reading it, because this is how I'm seeing it, right? He said he won't roll out any game in Microsoft stable. How I see this is because after that he says, I do not see sorts of redliners in our portfolio that say thou must not, though that say thou must not. That's what he says. I don't understand why he went like into Romeo and Juliet type of thing. It's too early to make any sort of decision of the next version of Halo. I mean, when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, something's going on here, right? Because it says it doesn't allow any Microsoft stable. So when media saw this today, media I'm referring to everywhere, right? Social media and everything, right? They pretty much would say that yeah, Microsoft's going to put everything out there. But what he basically said was any game in Microsoft stable. He's not saying that he's going to pull all of them out. He said he will not rule out any game in Microsoft stable that could come out over there. Because again, like he said right here, I do not see sort of redliners in our portfolio. Meaning, meaning that his portfolio games do not have like red tape or anything covering it, right? And so they won't decide for what it's saying here. It's too early to make any decision of the next version of Halo, right? They're still making a decision if they're gonna release it over there, if they not. All I know is one thing though. I mean the slander is gonna get not only him, the whole Microsoft Xbox division. If they do release Halo over there, it's not gonna be small. It's gonna be a big slander. People are gonna be mad, furious, but hey, it is what it is. Business is business. So, Silent, are you back or are you not? Because I'm not seeing the right. Oh, there you
Yep,
go. Silent's
I'm
back.
back.
All right. So,
Sorry, I
did you
just got
did,
back.
did you hear what I said though? Because I got a
Yeah,
question to ask you right there.
sure.
So, Silent, it's not clear that the whole slate that is coming to all the other platforms, right? It's not clear, right, that he can pretty much say the whole slate is coming to all the other platforms. Because basically, he said there's no red lines on the whole slate of the games, right? He can just choose and decide which one goes or not.
Yeah.
Or is he basically saying it's early to make a decision to the next version of Halo, meaning they will? Oh, well, that's what I said though. Let me read that question again. So, Sana, it's now clear the whole slate that is coming to all the other platforms, or is he basically saying it's too early to make a decision on the next version of Halo, meaning that they will choose to throw to other platforms? Because that's the thing right there, and that's something I don't understand. Why that's gonna be my last final question. But anyway, Sam, what do you have to say about this? I'm gonna leave that right there. I'll ask that question later on.
Yeah. Microsoft games are going to go to other systems. We've talked about this for I don't know how long now.
How long? Yeah, I mean, it's not
I
surprising because I
Yeah,
mean, it's been
it's
clear.
it was clear. It was clear when they made the conversations previously. Like they had the conversations and they tiptoed around it because they didn't want to just come out and say it. But yeah, of course things are coming out. We had heard talks from some of the bigger outlets and stuff, some of the guys who have sources that were saying, what I think Jez and a bunch of other ones at the time were initially like, yeah, well, um, Gears, Halo, stuff like that. Don't be
Yeah,
surprised, it'll be over there. If it happens, it doesn't surprise me at all. It goes back to what we've said over and over again in the past. This is how you diversify your portfolio in a market that is continuing to get more and more difficult for these businesses to make money off of the product. And so it's one of those things, right? Like I kind of made peace a while back with the idea that you'll probably end up seeing a Gears of War collection, or you'll see like a Halo collection or something on Sony because it's what they'll do. They'll end up doing something like that. Why? Because it reaches more audience across the board. if you make it available in different markets.
Mm-hmm.
It's common business practice. If you want to make sure that you can stay stable, you diversify your portfolio, you open up the areas where you can access those games so the most people have saturation to your brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty straightforward. And so yeah, I mean, he mentions this stuff and I feel like he dances around it the same way that he normally does. But I think they're saying the same thing over and over again. It's like this stuff's going to come to that system eventually. I feel like at some point, maybe it's just that they're afraid that there's going to be like a mass exodus at this point in time. I don't know why the light footing around it, right? Like again, we go back to what we talked about previously. We've we've figured this was going to happen anyways, given what they've told us over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's when.
Exactly.
And why do you do it? Because as a business, the more places people can buy your games, the
Mm-hmm.
better it is. We've seen it with Sony for the last couple years now, where all of a sudden they've started shifting a bunch of their stuff to PC. They've started releasing it on different things like that. And why are they releasing it in different areas? Because that's where the market is.
Yep.
Their little pond is saturated at this point in time. The people who wanted God of War in that little pond have purchased God of War. So
Mm-hmm.
what do we do now? What do we do now to make more money off of this IP that we have that we see as a lucrative IP? We open it up to a different console. We open it up to PC. We do
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And you do it because you're a business that wants to stick around and you're going to make money if you put it on other systems.
Yep, 100% agree with you there because I talked about this on my morning show plenty of times. I told people this. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all were like, yeah, because it's funny when they talk about the Xbox games. I remember back in the day, 8, 10 years ago, and still till probably 23, 24, they were saying, well, Xbox games are bad, they suck, they're not that good. But as soon as they go to PlayStation, oh, they're great.
Oh,
Oh,
they're so good. They're
they're
so
so
good when
good.
they come
I
to
want
our
them
console.
all. I want
Bunch
them
of
all. Let's go
bunch
get
of
them.
chuckleheads out there.
Yes,
Who love
yes,
it.
I want them all. They're like, yes, we're getting it over here. You guys are getting none of our games over there. And I just sit there and just laugh. And I laugh and I laugh. I laugh so much about this, all these cons, because at the end of the day, I keep telling them, listen, PlayStation has gone third party. No, that's not true because it's not an Xbox yet. Because you think it's not because of that system does not mean that it's not an Xbox. I mean, shit. I'll give you an
And
example. I'll give you an example. Look at Diablo 4. Is Diablo 4 on the Nintendo Switch yet? Is it? I mean, is Diablo 4 on the Nintendo Switch yet? So does that mean that Xbox is third party? Because does that mean that Diablo 4 is a third party, a multi-platformer, right? Did I say third party? No, multi-platform.
it was it,
Yeah, third party. My bad.
Diablo was always Diablo was
Exactly.
always pretty much multi.
I know it's a multi-platform, but I'm saying because it's not a Nintendo Switch, then does that mean that Xbox is not multi-platform, third party game or
No.
multi? No,
No, that
do
just
that.
means that Nintendo hardware sucks and it
Yeah.
can't play a good video game.
You're going
That's
to
all that is. Nintendo's dog crap console at this point in time, hardware spec wise.
and
They make games, so that's cool for them, but the hardware is garbage. And
because
so that's why we haven't seen the new Call of Duty on there. That's why
yeah,
we haven't seen a good high res version of Diablo. That's why we won't see these games, is because they have to wait until they have good hardware before they can actually have games on that system.
yeah, because we all saw what happened with Mortal Kombat One. Oh Lord,
Yeah.
that was beautiful,
Whoa. Dude,
beautiful.
Mortal Kombat 1 looked like Mortal Kombat on PS1 or Xbox One. The original X.
You talk
It
about the
was
Mortal.
rough.
You talk about Mortal Kombat. I think it was Mortal Kombat 4 that came out on PS1. It was
Whichever
ugly. That
one
was the
it
worst
was
Mortal
that
Kombat.
last released
Ah,
on Switch, yeah, it was awful.
no, I'm
It was
saying
a
that Mortal.
heaping
Yeah,
pile of garbage. Oh,
I mean, it's like I always I see this. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, You guys are not waking up to this. You gotta wake up to this stuff because PlayStation has gone third party. They're sending their games to PC. It's a time exclusive now thing, right? So is Xbox games. Part of the Xbox games are going to be time exclusive. They're probably not going to go day and date. They're probably going to release, a couple months later, or choose games to release a couple months later, right? That they think do not need to be released day one on the other system. It's how they're. I think they're going to do it for now and forever, right? Because of course they if they change like yeah, we're gonna release it day and date over here to PlayStation, right? I mean, then people are gonna start asking that question that people ask around. Hey, should we get an Xbox? Why shouldn't we? But because they always keep on, like I said, adding excuses. But it's like I would tell these guys. They have gone third party a long time ago, putting on PC. Look at that Horizon. Which one? Chat. Which one did Horizon Lego skip? Which is sad. Pretty much skipped. It skipped in a way that is sad because, of course, you can play the game on the PS5 Pro, but damn, it skipped the enhancements. Yet Switch gets to enjoy the game how it is, and PlayStation gets to enjoy the game how it is. But PS5 Pro, we have to wait a while to get the freaking enhancements. What the hell? Man, now that I would call be cheated on with that, man. Seriously.
I
Uh,
I would argue that's a non-starter. That game looks like it's a boring piece of garbage too. So
well,
I don't know.
it's 6 hours long, Silent. That was another one.
Oh, 6 hours. Well, at least it's not
Yeah. So wait.
it's not going to be a super
So
long length thing.
yeah, and let me tell you something. Sam, they're gonna be really quiet on this one because I'm watching them. They're really quiet. I've been watching them really quiet. What they're doing is celebrating the film interview, right? That's what they're celebrating because yeah, we're getting all your games. Yeah, they have not spoken a word about Horizon because someone goes out there and speaks on Lego Horizon. I said, wait, now you like it because it's 6 hours long. But what happened to Hellblade 2? What was the round with Hellblade 2? You guys
They
said it was 6 hours
started
long game.
they started the game up and they're like, I'm gonna get me some Horizon. They start up and they're like, this sucks. This blows.
Oh man, and they cannot come around and tell me, well, it's a Lego game, it's 6 hours long. No, I mean Lego Star Wars is probably like a 20-hour game. Don't come up with that bullshit to me because I already looked for how long to beat for the Lego games, and some of them are way more longer than the damn Horizon Lego games.
Some of those games do go very long. That's
Yes,
true.
they do. Yes, they do. So like I said, there's just always an excuse, out there. And today, of course, is doom and gloom to Phil Spencer, what he said in that interview. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, but to be fair, it's because he literally continues to keep talking in circles.
yep, he does.
It's what it is. Like
Oh, here we
they
go.
have so many games now. They have so many opportunities to make it a good situation for themselves. And it's this every time. Oh, hey, the news cycle's been pretty generous to us. So let's go kick ourselves in the nuts in front of the media. Sound good? Okay, let's go.
Let's feed him. Let's feed him because basically, look. I mean, I'll read it again, right? They talk about the batch of PlayStation games and Nintendo, but look what media has focused on. I mean, it's incredible. Look at all the titles they focused on. They did not even mention Nintendo. They just focused on PlayStation. Like, oh, they're going to release more games on PlayStation. But where's Nintendo? In that paragraph, in that small
No one
paragraph right
cares.
there, what he
No one
says.
cares. It's Nintendo.
Exactly. They mentioned Sony, PlayStation, and Nintendo, but nobody mentions Nintendo. It's all they focus on PlayStation just to get those articles riling up. That's what they
Well,
love
yeah,
to do.
because they know that no one cares that much about Nintendo except for the
Mm.
Nintendo diehards. Like
Yep.
the Sony side of things, because of the mind share that they have
Yep.
from the couple decades they've been in, and they've been kind of the top gun in regards to the games. Which, again, I it always blows my mind because like Nintendo is still outdoing them. They're still outdoing them, but Sony's somehow number one
Yep. Always.
in
Sony's number
people's
one.
mind. And I again,
Always.
it's a media thing, it's a marketing thing.
Yep.
Gee, Microsoft marketing.
Yep.
It's a wild idea, right? But again, they've got the mind share, and so that's why no one brings up Nintendo. Yeah. Also, I mean, again, Nintendo's hardware right now is garbage. but it's Nintendo. Like they're around, whatever. As far as everyone's concerned, Sony is still the bigger player because they advertise it and promote it like it is.
Yep, it is what it is. I mean, Microsoft, Microsoft, Microsoft. When will you guys learn? When will you guys learn? When will you guys learn?
They won't. We'll be having the
They
same
won't. I mean,
conversation when
it's
we're
like,
in a
it's like how he
freaking
said it
lobby.
right there. Why don't he says we don't have a red line on our games, but we are the ones who choose which one goes out there. That would have been a better response.
I again,
That would have
again,
been a better response. I
again.
mean, him
Well,
saying that, that would have been even better. People are like, well, not all games are coming. They will decide which ones are coming. That's it.
I'm
That's
not
it.
I'm not going to say that the games aren't going to come out for the other systems,
No.
but I'm also going to say that they could come out for the others. Like what? Oh, shut up.
Shut
Again, it's what I was saying is like cool. Okay, Phil got out of his office, he went and did an interview. Neat. That's exciting. But you know what would be more beneficial? Putting some marketing in and just everyone shutting up and focusing instead of coming out here and trying to every time that Microsoft does something, they have to come out and try and pretend like it's got to be damage controlled. You look at someone like Nintendo or Sony, if something happens, does Nintendo or Sony come out there and fight it away
Nope.
with a 12-foot pole? No. But
No.
when something happens, good guy Phil in the eye of everyone has to come out and try and make it logical. And the thing is he's literally just talking in circles at this point. And it's
Because
just like, just shut up and focus on
exactly.
getting the stuff out.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
And
The
sadly,
conversations, the fireside chat, it's not necessary.
because I gotta read the last part and answer the last question, right? I gotta answer this last question because it's funny because it's not only Microsoft, it's also Sony. The thing is, media doesn't pick up on that, because it's not. It's better to talk about bad about Xbox and talk good about PlayStation. But here we go. So Phil said the Xbox business has never been more healthy, citing growth in the cloud and PC games as well as console usage. Amazing. The business is performing right now, and I think that means a more healthy future for hardware and the games we build. Awesome, fantastic. That's good news, right? So the last thing he said was the funniest thing he said in that interview. I was just laughing my butt off because it's like, man, that was like a slap in the face. I feel pretty good where the industry is going. To reach new players, we need to be creative and adaptive of new business models, new devices, new ways of access. Right? We're not going to grow the market with $1,000 consoles. Oh man, that for me was like the biggest slap in the face. So was that a slander towards Sony? Because for the 700 PS5 Pro and Silent, you bringing up the fact of how these companies like to say things and throw things out there, right? And they like to throw little nitbits, right? So Hiroki Totoki said this on November 8th this year. That Sony, this is why Hiroki Totoki cannot go on kind of funny because he will be just saying the things how he's got to say it. That's why I got a little bit of respect for Totoki. Sony has a siloed organization. You know what that means, right? By being siloed, right?
Mhm.
All right. And suggests it perhaps needs to go beyond the boundaries of those organizations in terms of development and also sales. So, Silent, my last question is why won't these companies come out and speak the damn truth about what's happening instead of throwing snippets of the information and speculating and have everyone speculating like crazy because still out here we're still speculating on is Sony gonna go day and day? Is Sony gonna throw games on Xbox? Is Sony gonna go do this? Is Sony gonna go do that? I mean seriously just come out and say it because like I said with Phil in that part of the interview, I was like, man, why is he like? It's confusing what he says there because basically the media grabbed the whole PlayStation thing and pretty much said, yeah, everything is coming out. But when you read after that, it's too early to make any sort of decision on the next version of Halo. What is basically saying they're going to decide which ones will come out, which ones it won't, or will take a while to come out. At least, like I said, say it this way: Hey, We don't have any red tape on our games, but we decide which one will go now and which one will go down further down the road, whatever. That's it. You end everything out there. Nobody's gonna be going nuts, speculate. Well, they will go nuts either way because like, oh man, everything's coming out there. But at the end, though, you are honest. The same thing with Sony. They they do this too damn much. I mean, Silent, why do they keep doing this? What are they so scared about?
There's a magical word that leads all of these decisions. Are you ready for it?
Go for it.
Shareholders.
Oh,
Do you really think that Totoki is going to come out and say, hey, by the way, we just released a $750 pile of shit that doesn't play video games great and doesn't play it any better than the system we already released, but we're money grubbing and hungry for more of your money. And we're convinced that you're a stupid enough consumer to buy our console again. So you're going to buy it anyways because it says Sony on it. Do you think Totoki is going to say that? Do you think Phil is going to come out and say, well, all of our games are going to come to PlayStation, going to come to Nintendo, going to come to PC, all that stuff? No, he's not going to say that either. Totoki's not going to be honest about where they sit currently, which we'll call this out right now because I feel like some folks try to curve the narrative.
yeah.
I see you in chat. Sony's in a bad situation. The PS5 Pro is a garbage system that should not have been released. It's not necessary. It's a mid-gen release that is pointless. So let's get that right out there, right in the gate. Microsoft is also not going to go out there and say that they're going to put all the stuff on the other system. Why? Shareholders. Because if they put those things out there, people freak out, the stock tanks. That's how these things go. Mike Johnson, if you got that console and it's not true, I assume you're talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro,
Yeah,
of
he
which,
is.
if you are, you probably need to go schedule a doctor's appointment and make sure everything's okay because math is math and the numbers that are coming in for that system prove it right out on paper that it's a pile of garbage that should not have released. The game system that you just bought, Sony already sold to you a few years ago. They told you that you were going to have 8K, you were going to have all the bells and whistles, you'd have
Oh,
dreams with the
woo.
PS5 console. And guess what? They just sold you the same promise for another $250 more and made you buy another system, and they still didn't deliver on that promise. So I get it. I get that you have a preference, but you need to look at the numbers and see what they say because you're being dishonest with yourself.
Yep. I mean, we already saw because it was a last week conversation. I talked about it last week throughout the whole week about the PS5 Pro. How is it going? How is it building? How things are going? Damn. When we saw that system being dissected, man, I was like, nope. I mean, how is this like the big pro? I'm still trying to wait for the big pro. Not only that, Mike Johnson, the last thing I'm gonna tell you is look at your Horizon Lego. Why isn't it enhanced? Why do you have to wait for that game to be enhanced for you to play it on the pro? Especially,
Like dog shit on the PS5
I
Pro
mean, shit.
because the PS5 Pro is garbage. It is what it is. The numbers don't lie. And
Uh,
whether people accept it or not, tough. It's not my problem. You spent 750 on that. That was 750 well spent, hopefully, for you.
exactly. I mean, like I said, if you got it, enjoy it. If the visuals
Yeah.
look better, enjoy
And
it.
enjoy it.
But it's just visuals. If they look better, it's cool. It's cool.
No.
I mean, enjoy
I
it.
just, it's just one of those things where it's like, guess
I
what?
just
I'm comfortable with the fact that my consoles work just fine in a I'm going to play on the couch scenario.
yep,
If I want to play them at high resolution and fidelity, I could play them on a PC. But I know that at this point in time, and all the way up until now, home consoles, do not outshine a PC. It's just what it is. And to pretend like these systems can come out and do the laundry for you, give you a massage, and also play everything at the highest quality, you're out of your damn mind.
yep.
It's just what it is.
Yep. But hey, Silent, great answer right there. Like I said, they should just come out and said, like I told you, we make our decisions to just put our games where we want to, whenever we're going to release it, whatever. That's it. That would have sounded way better because at the end is what Sony is doing. They're getting a game and they decide down the road when is the time to release it on PC or when is the time to release it elsewhere where they want to release it to. That's what
Mhm.
everyone's doing. That's what everyone's doing. Man, seriously, that's what everyone's doing. But anyways, it's time to land this plane, guys. Oh my God, it's been one hell of a fun episode. We got a lot of fun, great discussions in here, man. I mean, damn. We went through the full interview, I gave you a couple of points. Probably tomorrow morning, I will still talk a little bit about it. Let's see what happens tomorrow morning. But yes, we're going to go in, we're going to talk about it, a little bit more deep dive, into all that stuff because, man, I want to talk a little bit more about, what's it called, South of Midnight, stuff like this that didn't go on this morning. So yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow morning, guys. But either way, though, time to land this plane, man. Time to land this plane. Gotta go do what we gotta do as adults. Silent, dear Captain, sweetest Captain out there that made me do a deep dive for 36 unpleasurable. Was it?
36 minutes of deep diving until your cheeks hurt.
Tell us where they
That's
can
gonna be
find
one
you,
hell of
sir.
a clip.
Tell us where they can find you, sir.
Well, I'll tell you where you can find me, but real quick, I think we should put the spotlight on where you could find Sourblow. Since he's not hanging out with us right now, I just wanted
Yep.
to highlight and show you what he's up to recently. So don't fret, Mike Johnson. Don't you fear, because it's not just you buying a PS5 Pro. Our own Sour Blow also got caught buying a PS5 Pro. Mm, mm, caught in that lovely high def. Mm, so good. Um, in
Oh,
regards to where you can find me for the rest of the week, you can find me on Mr. Boomstick's channel on Friday morning. Boomstick with friends. I'll be hanging out with Korkenstein, Fuzzy Belvedere, Boom, of course, possibly Dreadpool, possibly. I think maybe. Just depending on what his schedule's looking like. I think he said he might be doing some shows again soon, so hopefully he'll be joining us. If not, you'll catch us other three on there. Besides that, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be out of pocket for a minute. I'll be doing a horror movie podcast on Fright Nights with Ferocious Fees channel on the 29th, I want to say it is, which is Black Friday. But besides that, I think that's like one of the next podcasts I'm doing. Besides this Friday with Boom, because I'm going to be out and about. I will not have the opportunity to be on podcasts for a moment. It's been great to see all of you in chat again. Sorry if I upset anyone or ruffled any feathers, but be true to yourself and do your math, and you'll find out that as a consumer, you'll buy smarter, and that's always a good thing. In regards to where else you can find me while I'm away from podcasting, you will not find me on Twitter because Elon Musk is a twat. And you will probably start finding me on Blue Sky. You might find me on Threads. You will also find me on some other ones, but yeah, I'll be decommissioning my Twitter sometime here in the near future. So if you are interested in keeping in touch with me, feel free to reach out on Xbox, be it Discord, be it Steam, be it Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever. I'm all over the place as Silent Cypher, or I think I've got another one. I'll try and put some details into a post before I end up jettisoning my current social media stuff. But you'll find me around, and I'll still be here on Wednesdays when the schedule allows.
oh, awesome stuff, man. Son, you know what I forgot to do? So I turned on the AC and I forgot to turn off the fan.
I mean, I
How's
wasn't,
everything
I
still
wasn't,
go?
I wasn't gonna ruin your spirits, but yeah, I've heard weird noise in the background the whole time. I just figured it was from your painting or it was from your 36 minutes of deep.
Deep time.
Deep.
Is that better now? Because it turned off the fan. It's just like, wait, oh, the fan's still on.
Yes, for the last 2 minutes of the show.
Where can you find the crazy one? Simple and easy. You can find me on Twitter X at Crazy Lou Gaming. And I'm really thinking about jumping off of Twitter. I'm really thinking about it too. I'm thinking about going to Blue Sky and Threads. I'm really sitting down thinking about jumping out of there. Just try out new things, man. Why the heck not? And also, you can find me here on Wednesdays, Xbox International Podcast with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cypher at 7 p.m. ET, like always. And if those, like I call them, but I call them with love, assholes over there in XBI en Español, if they can invite me to their show on Fridays at 7 p.m. ET on XBI en Español. So if you speak Spanish, go over there, subscribe right now, do that. If you guys see Spanish, go do it. And good morning with Chris. Wait, that's the last one though. Xbox Factory Podcast. When I can jump in, I'm trying to just been really busy with work and life. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Which is on Tuesdays over there, the Old Barrel Gaming YouTube channel. Sometimes when especially with scheduling the time difference right now, I don't know when I'll be back with Indirect Gaming to talk about the things that are going on in the gaming world. So let's see if we can actually do it sometime, me and the Legal. And last but not least, Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming from Mondays to Saturdays, where I go on and talk about what's going on in the gaming news world. That's what the crazy one does. I send the signal out, let it be Twitter, Blue Sky. I have to get it just to Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. That's why you got to hit that bell right here on this channel. So, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so I can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, wait. Remember. I kind of messed up my outro there. Let's go. Let's rock and
Let's get 36 minutes of deep until our cheeks hurt. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Let's play some games, guys, and not go nuts. Please do that. Have a good one, guys, and see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.